Hello everyone. The objective of this video lesson is to learn about the simple interest. We all borrow money in one form or the other, be it credit card or the student loan, credit line or mortgage. Regardless of the purpose, whenever we borrow money, we have to pay back with some extra money. The money borrowed or invested is called the principal, and the extra money we pay back for the use of money is called interest. Whenever we pay back the original money we borrowed as well as the interest. So the final amount is the money borrowed and the money charged for the use of money, right? So final amount will be principal plus interest. Interests are of two types. One is simple interest, where the interest is paid against the principal borrowed. And the second type is compound interest, where the interest is paid in each compounding period and is being added to the principal. To see the difference between these two, let's consider one example. Let's say we borrow 1000 at the rate of 10% for 2 years. Now the calculations for simple interest and compound interest are, in case of simple interest, when we borrow 1000, we're going to pay 10% interest, right? So 10% of the principal borrowed, which is 1000. And when we calculate this, this comes out to be $100. That means for the first year, we're going to pay $100. Because it is simple interest and the interest should be on principal borrowed, for the second year again, we're going to pay 10% of 1000, which is again $100. So by the end of 2 years, our amount would be principal plus interest, which is 1000 plus 200 interest of 2 years, and we're going to end up by paying 1200. In case of compound interest, interest is compounded annually, right? So our principal is still same. By the end of first year, we're going to pay $100 extra, right? At this point, our principal will change. Our principal will become the previous balance, which is 1000, plus the interest of this period, which is 100. So this is 1100. This amount after 1 year becomes the principal for the second year. So now we have principal 1100, and we're going to end up by paying 10% of 1100 now, which is 110. So our amount by the end of 2 years would be 1100 plus 110, which is 1210. Now you can easily see the difference between these two amounts, right? Here you're going to pay extra $10, right? In simple interest, you're going to pay 1200, and in compound interest, you're going to pay 1210. So you are paying $10 extra. Compound interest is just like COVID-19. Coronavirus spreads with each contact, and compound interest increases with each compounding period. To stay away from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, and to stay away from compound interest, pay your bills. In this lesson, we shall confine ourselves to simple interest. Now, the formula to calculate simple interest is I is equal to PRT. Let's go over each letter. I stands for the interest earned or paid. P stands for the principal. R is the rate of interest per year, and it is always converted into decimals by dividing by 100. And then T is the time, and this is always expressed in years. Let's learn how to apply formula in calculations. Now the question in hand is, calculate the interest earned on 27,000 at 8.5% per annum for 20 months. Here our principal is 27,000, right? And The rate of interest is 8.5% per annum. So this is our R, and the time is 20 months, right? So this is T. Now R is always in decimals, so we can convert R as 8.5 divided by 100, and this comes out to be 0.085. And time is in months, so it should be in years. Let's convert 20 months into year by dividing by 12. So 20 by 12. Consider the formula I equal to PRT, and let's plug in all the values here. When we calculate interest using the calculator, our interest comes out to be $3,825. Let's consider another example. What principal will earn $175 from May 1st, 2016 to January 30th, 2017 if the interest rate is 9.25% per annum? So this is our R, which is 0.0925 in decimals, right? And 175 is the interest. We need to figure out the principal. So principal is the question mark, and the time is between these two dates, May 1st, 2016 to January 30th, 2017. So we need to calculate the days between these two dates before calculating the principal. So this is the information we have. Let's calculate the days between these two dates using the chart. Here, May 1st is 121st day of the year, right? So starting from 121st day of the year, because we are moving from 2016 to 2017, let's complete 2016 year first, right? So starting from May 1st, 121, by the end of year, when we complete 365 days, we have total number of days equal to 365 minus 125. So these are the number of days in year 2016 plus some more days of 2017. Now 2017 means 30th January, which is on 30th day of the year, right? So 30 more days of 2017. So we'll add 30 days here, and this gives us 274 days. Okay, let's move on to calculate the principal now. The number of days are 274, but the time should be converted into years, so we divide by 365. Another information we have I and R. Now to figure out the principal, we use this formula P equal to I upon RT. To understand this formula, let's draw a triangle where we write I on the top and other three variables at the bottom. So P, R, T. Now using this triangle, whatever we want to figure out, let's say in this question, we want to figure out the principal, right? So we'll isolate P on one side and everything else goes on other side. I stays on the top and R and T goes at the bottom. So P is equal to I upon RT. Let's say in any other question you want to calculate R, then our formula will become R equal to I still stays on the top and P goes at the bottom. Another variable is T, right? So R is equal to P upon I upon PT. This is how we can change the forms of the formula to calculate different variables. Now coming back to the question, P is equal to I upon RT. Let's plug in all the values here. So we get P equal to 2520. If you are confident enough, this is the cool time to pause the video and try this problem. Here the question is to calculate the time required in months for 10,000 to earn 750 interest at the rate of 10% per annum. So this is my R. In decimals it becomes 0.10. 10,000 is my principal and 750 is the interest. we need to figure out the time in months, right? So T is the question mark. Now using the triangle, when we write I on the top and other three variables at the bottom, we get P, R, and T, right? Because we need to figure out T, so we'll keep T here and everything else will go on other side. I stays on the top and P and R are in the denominator, right? So our formula is T is equal to I upon PR. Let's plug in all the values here. So we get 0.75 years, right? Because in the formula, T is always in years. But here in this question, we need to calculate time in months. So we multiply by 12 to convert time into months. This is 9 months. This is the time to check your understanding. Please pause the video for 5 minutes and come back to see your answer. Okay, welcome back everyone. I hope you all get the correct answer. Here is the calculation for calculating the days between these two dates. So we have 322 days. We'll convert days to years, right? So using the formula, by dividing by 365, we get R is equal to 0.0629. Because R should always be in percentage, so we multiply this by 100 to convert it into percentage. And this is 6.29%. Thank you everyone.